Hey everyone, welcome back to History's Mysteries, where the past never quite stays buried. Today, we're taking off into one of the greatest unsolved disappearances in modern history. A world-famous pilot, a global adventure, a vanishing act that launched decades of speculation, conspiracy, and obsession. This is the haunting story of Amelia Earhart, and the mystery that refuses to be grounded. Did she crash and sink into the Pacific? Was she captured and silenced by a foreign power? Or did she survive and live out the rest of her life under a different name? Buckle up. This isn't just a disappearance. It's a case tangled in wartime secrets, spy theories, strange sightings, and a trail of clues that still confounds the world nearly a century later. Let's dive in. Amelia Earhart wasn't just a pilot. She was a symbol. Born in 1897 in Kansas, she was daring, brilliant, and utterly fearless in a world that told women to stay grounded. Literally. In 1932, she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. She broke speed and altitude records, championed women's rights, and redefined what was possible for her generation. By the mid-1930s, she wasn't just an aviator, she was a global celebrity, a best-selling author, and a cultural icon. But fame didn't quench her thirst for the skies. In 1937, she set out on her most ambitious mission yet, a circumnavigation of the globe, flying west to east, near the equator, the longest route possible. She flew a twin-engine Lockheed Electra 10E with expert navigator Fred Noonan by her side. The plan was bold, dangerous, and historic. But they nearly made it. Nearly. It was July 2nd, 1937. Earhart and Noonan had already traveled over 22,000 miles. Only 7,000 remained. Their next leg, from Lae, New Guinea, to Howland Island, a tiny, flat speck in the Pacific, just 2.5 square kilometers in size. A U.S. Coast Guard ship, the Itasca, was stationed nearby to guide them in. But something went wrong. At 7:42 a.m., Earhart's voice crackled over the radio. "We must be on you, but cannot see you. Gas is running low." Her signal was strong, but she couldn't hear the Itasca. At 8:43 a.m., her final transmission came through. "We are on the line 157-337. We are running online." And then, nothing. Silence. Vanished. The U.S. Navy launched the largest air and sea search in history at the time, covering 250,000 square miles of ocean. Nothing was found. No wreckage, no debris, no remains. In 1939, Earhart was declared legally dead. The official explanation? She ran out of fuel, missed Howland Island, and crashed into the sea. That's the simplest answer, but not everyone bought it, because the mystery didn't end there. It only began. In the days after her disappearance, shortwave radio operators across the Pacific, and even as far as the U.S. reported hearing distress messages from Amelia. Some said they heard a woman's voice saying, "We are in need of help. We can't last much longer." Others described messages that mentioned rising water and injury. At least 57 credible reports were recorded in the week after the crash, enough for Navy ships to redirect their search. But the signals abruptly stopped and were never confirmed. What if those weren't hoaxes? What if they were genuine distress calls from Earhart? And if so, where were they coming from? Fast forward to the 2000s. A group called TIGHAR, the International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery began investigating Nikumaroro Island, about 350 miles southeast of Howland. It was uninhabited in 1937. Tegar's theory, Earhart landed there, survived for a time, and died as a castaway. They found fragments of plexiglass matching her Electra's windows, a jar of freckle cream she reportedly used, parts of a shoe similar to what she wore, and bones, originally misidentified, but later found to match a white female of Earhart's height. Still, the evidence is circumstantial. No confirmed aircraft wreckage has ever been found. But it's one of the strongest non-crash theories out there. Another popular and controversial theory: Earhart was captured by the Japanese. The idea? She veered off course, landed in the Marshall Islands, then under Japanese control, and was taken prisoner. Supporters of this theory point to a 1943 photograph appearing to show Earhart and Noonan in the Marshall Islands. Eyewitness reports from locals claiming to have seen two white flyers in Japanese custody. A diary entry from a U.S. soldier who claimed Earhart was executed by the Japanese and buried on Saipan. Skeptics dismiss this as wartime myth-making, but no conclusive evidence has confirmed or disproven the claim. Here's where things go full cloak and dagger. According to one theory, Amelia Earhart was secretly working for the U.S. government, using her flight as a cover to spy on Japanese military installations in the Pacific. Supporters cite her close connections to President Roosevelt and First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt. There are even claims she had modified camera equipment on board her Electra, though nothing has been proven. In this version of events, the Japanese either shot her down and covered it up, or captured her and kept the story buried. Could her flight really have been a covert mission gone wrong? Or is this just post-war paranoia rewritten as fact? In the 1970s, a book claimed that Earhart survived, returned to the U.S., and assumed a new identity: Irene Bolam. The claim? She wanted to escape the fame and live quietly. But Bolam was a real woman, and she sued the authors for defamation. The case was settled, the book was withdrawn, and most historians consider it bunk. Still, whispers remain. And then there's the strangest theory of all. Okay, we've reached the tinfoil section. Some believers, inspired by science fiction and conspiracy forums, claim Earhart was abducted by aliens. The idea? Her plane entered a time rift or was taken aboard a craft, either accidentally or for study. TV shows like Star Trek Voyager and Ancient Aliens have played with this idea. There's no evidence, of course, but it speaks to something deeper: our unwillingness to let go of the mystery. In the years since, explorers, divers, and high-tech expeditions have scoured the ocean floor. Just recently, in 2024, sonar scans near Howland Island showed a possible aircraft-shaped object lying 16,000 feet down. Could it be Earhart's Electra? New missions are underway to confirm it. But for now, nothing is definitive. Amelia Earhart's disappearance remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. She flew into the sky and into legend. So, what do you think? Did Amelia crash and sink beneath the Pacific waves? Did she survive, only to be silenced? Or is her story still waiting to be uncovered, hidden beneath jungle vines, salt water, or state secrets? Let me know what you believe in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through one of history's most captivating mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Because here on History's Mysteries, we'll always keep searching the shadows of the past for the truth. Until next time, stay curious.